Okay, let's take a look at some document formatting, specifically text spacing. So I'm gonna bring up Notepad. By the way, once you got this up here, if you right click on it, you can pin it to start or pin it to the taskbar. And that's in Windows 10. But it operates on a similar lines in some of the other operating systems. But I'll bring it up and create my basic web page again. So I got HTML, I got my title, let's see, document formatting, specifically text spacing, and then I'll close my title, and that should actually be in the head. Not use this keyboard either. There we go. It's one of these smaller keyboards to save space, I guess. In the body, and slash body, and then slash HTML to close it. Okay. Now I'm going to type a paragraph. Let's see. I am home watching Angie Tribeca. I think I got that right. On some channel. It is a binge-a-thon, and I am enjoying the show. Okay, and down here, I'll say it was supposed to snow last night, but did not. I am disappointed since I don't have to drive today. There's nothing like snow when you have nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Okay. So let's save this now. So I'm going to do a file, save, and I'll change my save as type to all files. And then I'll put in a document format underscore, and this is specifically text spacing .htm. Actually, we put an HTML on there to show it that it works. Okay, so now I'm going to bring up my window. I got my temp, and there it is. You can double click on it. And that's no good. Besides being real small, put it on one line. Over on my web page, that's not how I had it set up. I had it on separate lines like this with a space in between them. Web pages ignore any line breaks you put in, and any spacing. Such that if I wanted to have this start 5 spaces over. Now if I do a save, and I come over here and refresh this, it doesn't put those spaces. You have to handle spacing in a different manner. The first method we're going to look at is the paragraph. So if I do a paragraph here, you specify it with a P. And then where your paragraph ends, you'll put a closing paragraph. Now here's a new paragraph, so I'll put a P, and then I'll put a closing, like that. Now if I save it, come over here and refresh it, you see it puts them in two separate lines, because they're now 2 paragraphs. If I wanted there to be a line break before there's nothing like snow when you have nowhere to go. If I come over to where that's at in my text, oops, that's obviously not the right arrow key. There it is. If I come here, I can press an enter. That doesn't do anything, but it allows me to see everything on my screen. And that's the nice part about HTML, is that you can freely put that spacing anywhere so that everything appears in your screen, because it doesn't matter, it ignores it all anyway. Okay, now I want to put a line break here, so I can do a BR like that. Now you don't have to have a closing line break. With this HTML tag, you just simply put a BR. And now if I save that, come over here and I refresh, you see it puts them on a separate line. Up here, it is a binge-a-thon. I'm enjoying the show. Let me put a line break there. The common way it's done now is when you do a break like that, you put a slash to close it. When I come over here and refresh, you see it does the same item. Now you might be saying, well, if BR accomplishes the task, then why go to this format? Well, the idea in this format is that it demonstrates that it's not only the beginning tag, but it's also the closing tag. That's why that slash is there. I suspect eventually browsers won't support just the normal BR anymore. But having said that, the newest edition of the textbook actually has BRs in it. But I wanted to point that out. Doesn't matter which one you use. Okay, now if I wanted the spacing, I wanted this to be 5 spaces in. Again, you can't do simply the spaces, but you can do a non-breaking space, semicolon. Now that right there will put a single space on there. And if I save that, if I come over here and refresh it, I probably can't see it real well, but it did scoot it in a little bit. For each space you want to put in, you have to put your ampersand and then NB like that. NB, so forth. Now the nice part about that is that after you do one of them, you can just highlight it, do a Control C, or you can do an edit, copy, and then you can paste it in wherever you want by doing a Control V. So you can very easily put spaces in. Let's say down here I want to put 5 spaces in. So I do Control V 5 times after I've copied it to the clipboard. And then if I do save and I come over here and refresh, then I see it indents those. Primitive, I know, but realize that HTML was not designed so that it comes with the most perfectly documented web page that you could have. It's designed to provide features so that it looks good on any browser, on any platform. Windows, Macintosh, even on cell phones. The web page is supposed to look decent. And that's what these are meant for. People look at these and say, well, this is pretty backwards, some of the formatting. But again, it's meant to cover any screen it may appear on. That's its goal. Now that shows you the paragraph, the non-breaking space, and then the line break. And that's how you can control your text spacing. Now there are a couple of other ones that we won't cover right now, but there are a couple other ones that give you a little bit more flexibility than these. But these are the most popular ones you see in web pages.